Hey, one and all, welcome to our channel. It's been a while since I posted up. Honestly, I did do a live just today. Pretty much now, talking about the playoffs or the conference championships, and now the Super Bowl. Basically, we see that it's the Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, I was supposed to give you an in-depth analysis between, or an in-depth prediction, my in-depth prediction between the Chiefs, Bengals, and the 49ers and Eagles. Unfortunately, there was some stuff that was going on, so I didn't have time to actually do that. But in one of my earlier videos, after the divisional playoffs, I kind of gave you my initial gut feeling, which was I was going to say the Chiefs were going to beat out the Bengals, and the Eagles were going to beat out the 49ers. Um, and I did say basically to the point where, like, if Purdy was still, I mean, if Purdy was there and he was a good game manager, it probably would have been a little bit closer, I think, honestly. But the reality is because the fact that um, there was no quarterback for the 49ers, and like they became one dimensional, it became so easy for the Eagles to determine what there was. And I honestly did not think that the Eagles were going to score 31 points on the 49ers. But I think once Purdy got injured and Johnson came in, I think the 49ers D try to do as much as they possibly could as, like, we're going to have to score. And because they try to score on their ends, and plus the other factor is as well, too, let's not forget, there were a lot of penalties, too. So let's not forget that. There were a lot of penalties on the 49ers D. Um, then, some might say it's a conspiracy that, oh, wait, hold on, like, let's have this, Reed going against Andy Reid going against his former team, the Kelsey Bowl, basically, between Travis and I forgot John Kelsey. I forgot the other guy's name. That's for the Philadelphia Eagles um, offensive line. I forgot what position he plays, honestly. And then there's also the aspect of the first Super Bowl with two black quarterbacks starting. I think there was, like a bunch of myriad of things basically was playing into this between these two teams, and there the conspiracy aspect of things. I was like, like they want Mahomes and Andy Reid, the Chiefs, to create that new dynasty, and like they figured, okay, let him go against the Eagles and create that start of that new dynasty, essentially, or such. But anyways, to the point, I said basically, I knew the Chiefs were going to beat out the Bengals. Now let's not forget the Bengals could have came out with that game. It's just that Burrow, I mean, was doing really well. I'm surprised that Lamar Chase wasn't used as much, to be quite honest. I mean, Higgins was used definitely a lot. I figured Lamar Chase would have, gotten a lot more, but it looks like their Kansas City's game plan was to, like, keep Chase out and let Higgins try to beat you out, and they almost did. It's just that Kansas City's defense came through at that point as well, too. I mean, considering that what they did essentially to Burrows. I mean, Burrows was trying to do a lot on his own as well, too, to be quite honest. Um, but it's no surprise that the Chiefs did win. Honestly, in this situation, I mean, it was a revenge match practically um, from last year. So the Chiefs are now going to the Super Bowl. They're going against the Eagles. Um, I want to say this is though is like there's 2 weeks to go, and Kelsey was injured as well too, as well as of course Mahomes. So would it have been that close of a game if those two were not injured? It's hard to say, honestly. It's very hard to say because I mean, like last year, let's not forget they had Mahomes, they had Tyreek Hill and Kelsey. So I mean, and they were all healthy, and they were still beaten out by the Bengals. So it's hard to say. I mean, this could have been a case where like the Bengals could have possibly came out. It just came down to that final hit by Osai to Mahomes. I mean, honestly, yeah, that was a legitimate foul. That was a legitimate uh, um, foul, basically. I mean, honestly, or penalty, legitimate penalty. Sorry, legitimate penalty. Where he did rough the passer. Mahomes was out of bounds practically, pretty much at that point. You could see that he was 2 feet into, or practically, yeah, 2 feet in out of bounds. It's just Osai. I mean, I don't know if it was momentum, but if it was momentum, Osai didn't have to. You could see Osai pushing. So it's a matter of like, did Osai mean to do it, or did Osai, like because of momentum, he just tried to brace himself as well too. I don't know. It's hard to say. I feel for Osai because you didn't want the game to end that way. The fact is because because of that, because of the penalty, they got an extra 10 yards or 15 yards, and because of that, they were already in field goal range as a result of that, and hence Kansas City winning. It'd be interesting to see what would happen if they'd gone into overtime. Honestly, if they'd gone into overtime, I think maybe the Bengals could have won. Honestly, the way things were playing out, I think the Bengals would have won out in overtime had that not happened. But in this case, like I said, my predictions did come true at this point. I mean, kind of. I did say my initial gut was the Chiefs and the Eagles. I honestly was thinking maybe the 49ers could do well. I mean, Purdy, if he was a good game manager, probably could have kept him in play. But honestly, I thought the defense, it was surprising what happened to the defense at that point. To be honest, I mean, Philadelphia exploited them considerably. I mean, they were not going to let this opportunity go by them. I mean, their offense is just as good, if not better, than all the other NFC teams. Now the question is like between Philadelphia and Kansas City, that's going to be an interesting one to see. Now, honestly, I want to say that it could be Kansas City, but it all depends on Mahomes and Kelsey as well too, like what their health is. If they're both healthy, it's going to be an interesting Super Bowl. If they're not healthy, then look for the Eagles to like capitalize, and I have a feeling that the Eagles will definitely win by at least by a touchdown, if not more. Now that's assuming if Mahomes and Kelsey are both not healthy by then, by Super Bowl time. So my initial guts telling my guts. So what I'm saying basically, I might as well do my prediction right now, unless I set up another video in the next 2 weeks, which I'm most likely going to do, predicting about who the winner of the outcome of the Super Bowl is. But in this case, right now, I'm just saying, just in case, if both Kelsey and Mahomes are not 100% healthy, look for the Eagles to win in this case, because they are dynamic, and of course something happens with the Eagles, and they have a lot of injuries on their end as well too, which doesn't seem like there wasn't much. The Eagles will capitalize on both Mahomes and Kelsey's injury because Purdy was knocked out. Well, then again, with the 49ers, they became one-dimensional. Without a quarterback, you can't really do much. I mean, even Johnson was no game manager or anything like that. So even Kittles was basically like pissed off to the point. He's like, I have no quarterback. What can I do? But in any case, like I said, if Mahomes and Kelsey are not 100%, if they're like at 75%, it might be a close game, but the Eagles will capitalize on those injuries. They're not going to let it slip by, and they will capitalize and definitely win at that point. But I will give you my predictions probably a couple of days before the bowl to see what happens at that point. But in any case, yeah, I mean, right, my initial predictions or my initial gut was right, so I'll leave it at that. Please leave a comment. I do, read my comments, and I do try to respond to all my comments that are left in the comment section, and also please subscribe. If I subscribe, I think if you've seen some of my live, I will stream live stuff. If I hit 1,000, I think if I hit 1,000, I'll be able to stream from my phone at that point, wherever I'm at, which would be great. If I do hit 1 million subscribers, I did say if I hit 1 million subscribers, I will do a live stream dance for an hour, 30 minutes to an hour, whatever the popular trending dance is at that point in time. And you know what? Honestly, yeah, I will do it. I'll stream it, the dance, in a park publicly. I will do it publicly. If I hit 1 million subscribers, I will stream it publicly for 1 hour. I'll do one of those trending dances, a few of the trending dances. Instead of one trending dance, I'll do quite a few of the trending dances, and I'll put it through my phone at that point. Because if I hit 1 million users, I'll have 1,000 at that point. So I should be able to stream from my phone. So I'll stream for 30 minutes, as many of the popular trending dances I possibly can learn, in a public place, probably a park, and most likely a park, or a subway station, or some mass transit area as well too, or some gathering or marketplace, whatever it may be. But yeah, any case, I will subscribe. I will do that if I hit 1 million subscribers. 10 million, of course, is location's choice, of people's choice as far as where the location should be. If you guys say the White House and the Oval Office, I will try my best to get into that and doing it. Basically, I mean, try to work with the administration at that point in time as well too. Once I hit 10 million, but anyways, but with that, I'll leave it at that. Again, please know your thoughts, any feedback as well too, and also, of course, please subscribe. Until next time, unfiltered, unedited, and unrehearsed.